Welcome to your next class on consumer arithmetic. Okay, so in this class we're going to look at percentage loss and profit, and then you're going to look at discount. Okay, so these are the things we are going to look at. Okay, so what we're going to learn, we're going to learn about finding percentage profit or percentage loss. Okay, so we're going to learn how to find this. Then the other thing, we're going to look at discounts. Okay, so when you buy something, sometimes you are being some prices are reduced for a discount or for a sale something for a benefit. Okay, so we're going to look at these discounts, how we can calculate these discounts, and how we can calculate the new selling price, or we can calculate the old market price. Okay, so this is it. First, let's take a look at percentage loss and profit. Okay, so I remember we talked about loss and how to find profit. Okay, so if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch it, and you can know how to find profit and loss. Okay, so now we just have to add the percentage. Okay, so let's see how do we do that. Okay, so let me remind you how to find loss. Okay, so to find loss, we say buying price minus selling price. Okay, so this is the way you find your loss. Okay, so if you ask to find loss, you just have to say buying price minus selling price. Okay, then here let's talk about profit. If you want to find profit, you just have to say selling price minus buying price. Okay, so this is the way you find profit. Okay, so now let's talk about the percentages of this. Okay, so to find percentage loss, okay, I'm going to represent this as percentage loss. Okay, a percentage here and a loss here. Okay, so what you do is you say loss. Okay, you just have to find loss from here. Okay, then you say your loss over the buying price times 100%. Okay, so this is where you get your percentage. Okay, so your percentage loss, you find it by this way. Okay, so make sure you remember this formula. You're just going to say you find your loss first, then you say buying price on the bottom, then you multiply by 100. Okay, so let's go on to find the profit here, the percentage profit. Okay, so if you want to find the percentage profit, it is the same. Okay, you just have to say profit over the buying price multiplied by 100%. Okay, so you're going to get your answer as a percentage here. Okay, so make sure you remember these formulas so that you can be able to use them. Okay, in this case, you just have to make sure your denominator is the buying price here, or both of it, just the buying price. Okay, your profit as a numerator and multiply by 100. Okay, so this is it. Let's go on to the next part where we're going to look at these examples which involve this. Okay, let's look at our examples. Okay, so example one is saying that a vendor buys a trouser for $20 and sells it for $25. Okay, so this is the first question. Now find the percentage profit. Okay, so before we find the percentage profit, let's find the profit first. Okay, so let's say profit. Okay, I said that if you want to find profit, you say the selling price minus the buying price. Okay, in this case, you're going to see that he buys for $20 and sells it for 25. Okay, so this means that 25 is our selling price and $20 is our buying price. Okay, now we just have to say selling price minus buying price. So this means that is going to get $25 minus $20. Okay, so in this case, you're going to get a profit of $5. Okay, so now we just have to find the percentage profit. Okay, so how do we find it? We just have to say our profit here over the buying price. Okay, remember buying price times 100. Okay, in this case we are going to get our profit is $5 and our buying price is $20. Okay, times 100. Okay, so in this case we are going to say 20 into 100, we are going to get 5. So this means that we are going to get 25% profit. Okay, so this is it, plus 25% profit. Okay, so we can see that we have successfully found our profit. Okay, so now let's go to the next example. The next example is saying that a vendor buys a watch for $5 and sells it for $4.50. Okay, calculate the percentage loss. Okay, so you can see that here he buys a watch for a higher price and he sells it for a lower price. Okay, so here we have a loss. Okay, so this is our buying price and this is our selling price. Okay, so now we just have to find the loss first, then find the percentage loss. Okay, so let's go on and find the loss. Okay, so the loss is you just have to say the buying price minus the selling price. Okay, in this case, you're going to say our buying price is $5, then our selling price is $4.50. Okay, $4.50. Okay, so in this case, you're going to get $0.50 as our loss. Okay, so now we successfully find our loss. Now our duty is to find our percentage loss. Okay, so how do you do that? our percentage loss is equals to, we just have to say this loss over the buying price times 100. Okay, so let's do that. Here we can see that our loss here is 0.50. Okay, then our buying price here was 5 times. Then we can see that here we have 100. Okay, so now we just have to say 5 into 5, 5 into 100. We are going to get 20. Okay, so 20 times 0.5, we're going to get is 10%. Okay, so this means that our loss was 10%. Okay, so this means that we have successfully solved two problems which involve profit and loss, okay, in percentages. Okay, so that was that. Okay, let's go on to the next concept, which is discount. Okay, so I believe that when you went to a supermarket or a shop or anything or any site where you buy something, you have seen a label which is written like, let's say 30% off. Okay, so this is what we call discount. Okay, so 30% off. Okay, so this is it. Now let's talk about what do we expect in discount. Okay, so the first thing we expect is the market price. Okay, so this is the price of the product before the discount. Okay, so discount is the money they reduce on this market price. Okay, so the market price is the price of the product. Okay, the price of the product before discount. Okay, okay, so you can say that this is the original price. Okay, so this is what we call our market price. Okay, so now let's go on and see what is a discount. Okay, so a discount is the money which is going to be removed. Okay, so let's say in this case, it is the price reduction. Okay, so the price which is going to be reduced. Okay, it is a mostly it is expressed as a percentage. Okay, so mostly as a percentage. Okay, so we're going to calculate on this question. Okay, now let's see what is the selling price. Okay, so this is the price after discount. Okay, so this is the price after discount. Okay, so this is the concept you should grab and make sure you know this. Okay, let's say this is the selling price. Okay, so here this is the discount. Okay, so now let's go on and see how do we find each of. Okay, so if you want to find the discount, okay, you are going to find the discount. Okay, you're going to say, let's say it is given at a percentage. Okay, let's take that percentage as a rate. You're going to say the rate. Okay, so the discount which is in percentage. Okay, we're going to say the rate of 100 multiplied by the market price. Okay, so this is the way you find the discount. Okay, so make sure you remember this formula. Okay, so this is the rate. Let's say it is it is in percentages. Okay, when it is in percentage, you just say the rate of 100 multiplied by the market price. Okay, this is when it is given as a percentage. When it is given as a price, we just check that price as the discount. Okay, so now let's see how do we find the selling price. Okay, the selling price. Okay, so this is the price you are going to buy a product with. Okay, you are given, you find a product which is marked, let's say it is marked $20 and it is written 20% off. Okay, so this is what we call the discount, and this is what we call the market price. Okay, now let's talk about the selling price. Okay, so the selling price is the price we are going to take the product with. Okay, the price we are going to pay. Okay, so to find the selling price, you just have to say the market price minus discount. Okay, so this is what you do. You just find the discount here, then say the market price and subtract the discount. Okay, so these are the formulas you should remember this concept. Let's take a look at our example. Our example is saying that a jacket is marked at $60 and it is sold at 50% discount. Okay, so find the discount and the selling price. Okay, so let's say you walk in a shop, you find that a jacket is marked at $6 and they're saying that they're giving you 50% discount. Okay, find the discount and selling price. Okay, so let's say here this is the market price. Okay, so let's label it, and then here this is our discount. Okay, so in this case it is in percentage. Okay, so you're going to say it's the rate. Okay, so the rate. Okay, so our duty is to find the discount. Okay, so I remember I said that if you want to find the discount, we are going to say the rate of 100 multiplied by the market price. Okay, so this is the way you find the discount. Okay, so in this case, our rate is 15. Okay, so we're going to substitute all of this and simplify. Okay, so our rate is 15. Then we're going to say over 100. Then multiply by our market price here is 60. Okay, so we're going to say 60 here. Okay, so in this case, we're going to say 0. We're going to cancel out the 0. Then we're going to say 5 into 10. 2, 5 into 15, 3. Then you can see 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 6, 3. Okay, so we're going to say 3 times 3, we're going to get $9. Okay, so this means that our discount is going to come $9. Then the next thing you should find the selling price. Okay, so to find the selling price, I said that you should say the marked price multiply, subtract the discount. Okay, so this is it. Now we can see that our marked price is $60 and our discount is $9. Okay, so in this case, we're going to get our selling price is $51. Okay, so this means this is the price you are going to pay. Okay, so this was that on this question. Okay, so make sure you remember this. Okay, so in this class, we learned about percentage loss or a profit. Okay, so I said that if you want to find the percentage loss or profit, you just say the loss or the profit over the buying price, then multiply by 100%. Okay, so this is the formula for it. So make sure you remember it. And the other formula, I said that it was for discount. I said that if the discount is given in percentage, you just have to say that percentage. Let's say in this case, you're going to label it rate, the rate over the 100 times the market price. Okay, so this is the way you find the discount. And the other formula is for the selling price. Okay, so if you have this, you want to find the selling price when a discount is applied to a product, just say the market price, subtract the discount. Okay, so this was this for this lesson. Make sure you grab this concept and make sure you're subscribed for the next lesson because it is going to be fruitful. Okay, so please stay in touch so that you don't miss it.